What happens when a friendly face turns into a chilling mystery? Tonight, we take you deep into a story that starts like many others, with laughter, drinks, and a new acquaintance at the bar, but ends with a feeling that something just wasn't right. This is not just a vacation story. It's a psychological trip into trust, danger, and the unknown. Welcome to the True Crime Archives channel, where every case is a clue, and every clue could be deadly. I met Matt on a warm summer night. Cubs game on the screen, drinks in hand, and good vibes all around. We hit it off casually, just a couple of guys bonding over baseball and beers. My group drifted off, but Matt and I kept talking. Normal stuff. We exchanged Instagrams. His profile looked like your typical 20-something. Beaches, brunches, gym shots, nights out. Nothing odd. Just normal we parted ways. Honestly, those bar-born friendships usually fizzle out by sunrise, but this wasn't the end. This was the beginning. The very next night, I was out again. Outdoor spot, waterfront bar, birthday vibes. Tyler was turning 25. I posted a quick Insta story of us singing and celebrating. Then, a tap on my shoulder. It was Matt. Same smile, same casual energy. "This is my favorite Saturday night spot," he said. Coincidence? I introduced him to the group this time, casually. Like, "Hey, remember Matt?" Most didn't, but it didn't matter. Everyone was drunk, everyone vibed, and Matt, he blended in, smoothly. And next week, he invited me golfing, just the two of us. I suck at golf, but hey, I wanted to improve. My friends bailed, too hungover, but I went 9 holes, a couple hours. We grabbed lunch afterward. It felt fine, friendly, chill, but still, I'd never met any of Matt's friends, not one. Then came the invite. A hiking trip to Arizona. Grand Canyon, bucket list destination for me. I checked in with work, and I was in. My friends again? All said no. Matt said he was going solo. I didn't question it. His Instagram showed a social guy with tons of friends. The solo vibe didn't feel strange at the time. We flew out August 15th. Late night arrival in Phoenix. He rented a car, we grabbed supplies, got to the Airbnb. Only one bed. I hadn't even asked about sleeping arrangements. "Pull-out couch," he said. "Don't worry, man, I'm not charging you for the Airbnb." Sounded generous, and honestly, free trip, comfy enough couch. I didn't complain. That night I woke up briefly. Heard Matt in the kitchen getting water. Nothing strange, yet. Next morning, bright, hot, dry. Grand Canyon time. We hiked the Bright Angel Trail. Stunning views, endless steps, me out of breath, Matt laughing like it was nothing. We snapped a million photos. It was incredible. Felt like a solid bro trip. Later that night, more drinking, more than ever. We got absolutely wasted. Ubered back. I vaguely remember music blasting. Then sleep. That's when the strange things started to happen. Middle of the night. I wake up, that feeling when you don't know why you woke up, but you did. Bathroom trip. As I walked through the dark living room, I heard it. Crack, floorboards, pressure, eyes scanning the shadows. Nothing. Then, while I was in the bathroom, I heard it. A door click shut. Matt's room. I tried the handle. Locked. I knocked. No answer. Back to bed. Next morning, hangover pounding. I reached for my phone. It wasn't where I left it. It had been charging on the floor, next to the pull-out bed, but now it was unplugged on the table. Weird, but I brushed it off. I was super drunk, I told myself. Probably moved it myself. But now, I wasn't so sure. I reached out instinctively for my phone. The charging cord was there, but the phone was gone. At first, I thought I was still dreaming. I had plugged my phone in next to the bed. I was sure of it, but now, the cord just dangled to the ground like something had yanked it out. Confused and half hungover, I scanned the room, and then I saw him, Matt, lying face down on the floor on the far side of the bed. I jumped up and screamed. He slowly lifted his head as if roused from a deep, strange sleep. I shouted, "What are you doing?" He looked around, pretending to be disoriented. "Must have blacked out. Thought this was my room," he mumbled. I guess I crashed on the floor. But that didn't make sense. He was on the far side of the bed, nowhere near the door. It wasn't an accident, it was placed. I confronted him. "Where's my phone?" He blinked, feigned confusion, then said, "Maybe it slipped under the bed?" He dropped to his knees and, like some bad movie, said instantly, "Bro, here it is," and pulled it out from way under the bed. I stared at him, but this time I didn't see the friendly dude from the Cubs game. I saw something else, something calculated, something off. I said I'd take the couch again, but he insisted on leaving the room. I waited until he was gone, then locked the door behind him. And this time, I didn't trust the lock. I lay there, staring at the ceiling, trying to make sense of what just happened. If it had just been drunken stupidity, I could forgive it. But my phone, twice, something told me he had tried to access it. But why? I woke again. He was standing at the foot of the bed, just a silhouette, motionless. I didn't scream. I just froze. He sat down and started rubbing my foot. That was it. I screamed. Loud. He wouldn't move. I had to physically shove him off the bed and push him out the door. That's when I began to pack. He sat on the couch, upright, watching me. Blank expression, lifeless eyes, not speaking, just watching, like an NPC in a horror game. I packed in silence, heart racing. Every second felt like a risk. I called an Uber. I didn't care what time it was. I needed out. I left without a word. He didn't try to stop me. The sun was rising by the time I reached the airport. I couldn't sleep. My mind was spiraling. What had I just escaped? I paid to change my seat, just to avoid sitting next to him. I stared out the window the entire time the plane was boarding. No eye contact. I told no one. Not yet. It felt too surreal. Like I had stepped out of a dream and into a case file. Later that day, I finally opened up to a few friends. The reactions were immediate. "See, told you he was weird. He was always alone." That's when it hit me. The second time I ran into Matt at the outdoor bar, that wasn't chance. He had seen my Instagram story. He followed me there. That's stalker behavior. Before I blocked him on Instagram, I went digging. One of his older photos showed him with some guys. No one was tagged, but one guy had commented. I checked. Matt didn't follow him. He didn't follow Matt. That was strange. I messaged him. "Hey, are you still friends with Matt?" 10 minutes later, he replied, "Nah, guy's a freak. Run away." He wasn't kidding. That guy and others had cut Matt out of their lives. One even said, "Guy should be in jail." Turns out, I wasn't the first to feel something was off. I was just one of the few who left in time. He seemed like a normal guy. Outgoing, social, harmless, but under the surface was something far darker. A manipulator, a stalker, maybe something worse. I still don't know what he was after, what he wanted on my phone, or what could have happened if I hadn't woken up. But I do know this. Sometimes the scariest monsters don't wear masks, they wear smiles. Have you ever ignored a red flag that later saved you? If this story gave you chills, hit subscribe and join the True Crime Archives channel, where we uncover the unsettling stories behind everyday faces.